So a little birdie told me that you guys want to get everything for free in Cyberpunk 2077. Well, you're lucky. In today's episode, that's exactly what I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do. But if you guys are enjoying these episodes, make sure that you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. Also, make sure that you guys go ahead and share these videos with everyone that you know and everywhere that you possibly can, because as the channel does grow, eventually I want to be able to do some giveaways here on the channel, but that heavily relies on you guys making sure that you guys go ahead and do those things that I just got done previously mentioning, along with watching these videos in their entirety. If you guys can go ahead and do that, and eventually we can do some game giveaways, maybe even some console giveaways when they're actually back in stock, and things like that. So if that sounds good to you, then you already know what to do. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to what you actually came for, and that is to get anything that you want in Cyberpunk 2077 literally for free. Now, I have quite a bit of money here, but you can get anything from any of the vendors that you want completely for free. Well, these one things you can't, because those are unique weapons and you have to go to specific locations and do specific things in order to get those. If you guys want some tutorials on these things, make sure that you guys go ahead and leave a comment down below. But anyway, we're going to be able to buy whatever we want from any vendor and then get our money back. Now, like I said, there is a couple different prerequisites that are required in order to do this, and I just got done dropping a money guide where you can literally make millions of dollars in minutes, and it doesn't take very long, and it kind of works along the same line. So let's go ahead and kind of break this down. So the first thing that I want to be able to show you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and also show you on the map here in just a moment where you guys need to in order to do this, but this is an item that you will have to go ahead and get. Now, you will be completing a mission. It's a side job, and it's called Space Odyssey or Space Oddity, and you won't be able to complete it until you get into Act 2. So you'll have to get past the point where you do the heist with Jackie, and hopefully that's no spoilers for anybody, and hopefully everybody's gotten past that point. But if you have gotten past that point, or if you want to be able to do that, then you can. If you haven't got past that point, well, then you're in luck, because you can really do this at any time. Now, if you have sold this painting once and have let it go, then ultimately that's you might want to do another playthrough if this is something that you guys want to be able to participate in, because this specific object will net us $3,995 every time that we sell it, and you can sell it very, very quickly and very, very fast. So and lots of times. Now, the first thing that I highly recommend that you guys go ahead and do, and I'm actually going to show you guys on the screen right now where you guys can find that side job, just in case you guys need to know about it. So this is where you guys want to be able to go on your map, do this side job, whatever it takes, complete it. Now, just keep in mind that the enemies that you're going to be dealing with when you get to the location that you need to go to on the map, not the start of the side mission, but the destination that you actually have to go to, the enemies there are very high powered. So if you are a lower level character like I was when I originally got this painting, then just make sure that you are prepared for an epic fight, because they probably will they will kill you, more than likely, unless you're really good at hiding and getting out of the way very quickly. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Now, in yesterday's episode, I actually went over the fact that you guys can actually basically sell this at any one of the drop points, and then you can basically trick the game into giving you your money back. So each of these drop points has $20,000 every 24 in-game hours, and you can speed up time as necessary when needed. So there we go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys at this specific vendor, just because this vendor doesn't have any cutscenes. Now, there are vendors around the map. Sometimes they're Ripper Docs, sometimes they're the weapon vendors, sometimes they're the clothing vendors. They'll have a little bit of dialogue when you guys actually go into it. Now, she doesn't have anything, so she actually brings up her inventory very, very fast. So this is awesome. You can see that she's actually got a couple really cool weapons. Like if you wanted to be able to buy these, we could actually go ahead and get them. So in this case, let's actually go ahead and buy this Sidewinder. Now, I really like Divided We Stand. That's probably my go-to weapon right now. But this one has thermal damage instead of chemical damage, and then a higher burn chance, where the other one doesn't. It has more of a poison chance. And it actually has more of a mod slots that are available. So, okay, so this is what we want to do. So the first thing that you guys need to do is have enough money in your inventory, which in this case, we need $91,644. So you would start by basically doing the method that I showed you yesterday in order to do this. So you're going to want to know how to do that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and buy it. And you can see that the vendor now has $91,936. Now, if there's anything from this vendor that you would like to actually go ahead and buy now so that they actually come basically back and restock everything, like in her case, she actually has some of the legendary, or used to have some of the legendary stuff, which it doesn't look like she does right now, which is fine. But what we can do is we're going to go ahead and sell this this painting to her. So we just got to find it, and it's right there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to back out, and you're going to go back into the weapon vendor. You're going to go down to the painting, and it's going to basically being bought back for $5. So every time that you do this, you're going to basically trick the vendor in giving you $3,995 each and every single time, which is pretty fantastic. So we're going to basically buy it back. You're going to go up to here to basically everything. Scroll down and find out where your painting is at. Once you get used to where the location for it's at, it makes it a little easier. We sold it for $4,000. And now the vendor has $83,941. We're going to back out. We're going to go right back in. We're going to scroll down to the painting. Buy it back for $5. Go back over to everything. Scroll down. Go ahead and click on it. Sell it for $4,000. And then we ultimately just go ahead and repeat this entire process over and over and over again. So you can literally do this with anything that you want inside of the game. It is insanely powerful. It's a little glitchy. Let's be completely honest with that, because you can buy anything that you want, and then you can make a little bit of extra money because the vendors do have additional money when you basically start. So you basically buy it back. You're going to sell it, then exit out, then you're going to buy it back, go over and sell it until the vendor has no money. So let me go ahead and basically drain this vendor real quick. All right, so we're back here. The vendor only has $4,041 left. I'm actually going to go ahead and buy it back. We're going to go ahead and we're going to sell it one last time, so it basically gets them down to as close to zero that we possibly can. We're going to back out again one more time and go back into it. We're going to buy it back so that way we make sure that we actually have it. So the vendor now has $51. We bought everything, and then we actually got a brand new legendary weapon from them completely for free. Didn't use any of our own money, and it literally took me less than, I think even off camera, it took me less than 5 minutes to do it, if even that. So it's really, really powerful to do this way. So what you're going to want to do, I highly recommend, is that you go ahead and save it at this point in time, just in case you need, let's actually save a new save, shall we? Save it, just in case you make any mistakes. And then what you want to do is just skip time by 24 hours. And then when you go back and come to this character now will have restocked everything. So now I actually had bought earlier in the day, I bought some legendary components. So like if you want to be able to buy these two right here are $50,000 a piece. So that's $100,000, and then you got some of these. So if you want to be able to get a ton of legendary item components, if you're really big into crafting or the upgrade components, this is where you guys want to be able to do it, because you can get your uncommon, you can get your common, all of it literally right here. Now, obviously, there are better ways of being able to purchase and buy the uncommon and common components, at least in my opinion, because you can use the vending machine trick in order to break down everything. And that's a pretty easy way of being able to do that. And that's pretty inexpensive. But yeah, you can buy anything that you want. So you can go to any vendor and you're like, oh, I really want this weapon, or I really want, this blueprint, or I want this component, or I want this attachment, whatever it might be. You can get it 100% for free using this method. It is spectacular, and I highly recommend that you guys go ahead and do it as soon as you possibly can. Now, the one thing that I know that it doesn't work against is going to be basically buying the vehicles, because there really isn't, like, this isn't really, there's not really a vendor, so to speak. So buying the vehicles, you'll have to basically fork out that $4,900 or $49,000 and basically do the trick either through the vendor or through a drop point location. in order to make your money back if that's something that you so desire. But anyway, that is everything that I have for in today's episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it and found it helpful and make, honestly, a ton of money and get anything that you want completely for free. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.